Good morning from a wet and somewhat cold for mid-August. It's horrible out here. No, that won't be long. So yesterday, I started the day thinking I'll be putting a dipole up. The long and the short of it is that whatever configuration I tried with this aluminium mast, whether it's the MFJ 4080 dipole, an existing dipole that I had, and the mast has bent so much it was like I wasn't comfortable with leaving it up. So not to be deterred and wanting to get something out of the day, and very few weekends left in August before the academic year starts in September. Wanted to do something, and target being to get back on 80. I am fortunate enough that I've got a pretty good end fed antenna. So what I've done with a configuration I've had in the past, but this time I made use of the new hardware I have to raise it up a bit higher from the feed stage, using the mast we put up the other day, albeit much lower. And here it's just like guiding the wire up. So it's coming from the support frame that I have for the to getting up onto the 2 meter mast. I put the end fed on there. It's an all band end fed. It does like 80, 40, 20, 10, and I think 17 and 15 as well. But yeah, let's have a quick look at it, because I've put some other things on there. Rather a nice cobweb, but well, fan spiders. Anyway, so yeah, here we are, the UK antennas multiband end fed. Obviously no tuning required on this one. It just says what it does on the tin. It's really good antenna in terms of like getting out there. And I've put on a common mode filter because end feds are notoriously noisy. Also has a nice ground. I think this is the right screw to go into on this. Have a look on the back end of this plate. I believe, maybe someone would like to say in the comments, but I do believe that this actually does ground out. So I've got another ground, and there's a nice big copper pole going into the ground there to ground. So yeah, common mode filter on the feed line going in, and a nice ground hopefully into there. As you can see, 2 meter mast is doing its job beautifully. I appreciate this mast even more now. Yeah, really wish I could get another one, but they come in at 400 quid a pop, so no. Anyway, on with the 2 meter, on with the end fed. So yeah, obviously I need to make this a bit more safe. I won't be transmitting through it very much because really just for 80 meters in terms of transmit. I have tested it this morning. The SWR on it's absolutely perfect. The results are really good. Tunes up nicely, so it's going up there. I still think this is not a bad height for the feed line in, the line going in. And the good thing is, what happens is, when I had this antenna up earlier, I didn't have this mast, and I'd need to have 2 fibreglass poles, and one would have to be in the front garden quite prominently. Whereas now, where this raises it up here, and it's like an L, goes over the front of the garden, but it's a little more discreet. It's not a big pole in the front garden anymore. So it's just a slope. Again, I need to make a better mast at that end, just a little bit higher, so it's out of reach height, so you can't reach it with your hand. But I will be using these again. They were very good in terms of like keeping people away from wires and stuff, just to protect people and themselves. But yeah, long and short of it, I'm back on 80 meters, which is what I wanted, and I've productive use of my time and use of the equipment I've got. So yeah, big thanks especially to the people at Barenco. Marvellous bit of kit. I think without it my sanity would have gone. The amount of times the mast had to come up and down yesterday was one, it's very good for my health because I was working out on the known antenna was coming up and down quite frequently, and I just yeah, it was, the tilt base was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's just so well made that I can thoroughly recommend it. In hindsight, if I had another TMF2, I would definitely get the 2.5 inch version and a TMF2, because I think you could make a seriously good vertical and put all kinds of interesting things on it. I think the TMF2 is rated to carry a reasonable amount of weight. So yeah, definitely a vertical. Probably the dipole I wanted to put on this aluminium pole that didn't work. That didn't work happily for me. Yeah, but long and short of it, the tilt base has been brilliant. So yeah, it's all going well. I've got a few other bits and I've always got projects going on. I've got the rotator back on the Wellbrook. I say back on. I've got a we've taken the Aggie down. I've moved the rotator onto the Wellbrook antenna, which I said I would do. The thing that I've noticed is that this pipe isn't. It does turn, but it slips. So yeah, it's just it's right on the limit of. See, I could turn that with my hand. It does turn, but I'm thinking, can I get another pole and some kind of, I don't know, polymer or resin, and put that inside of there so I can have it just a little bit thicker. Yeah, I'll be thinking about that. But I mean, at the moment, I'm just happy I can rotate it, albeit it does slip sometimes, but it's better than not having to rotate it at all. But yeah, that's good. But yeah, I think the next thing is planting more radials on one, getting the 6B TV back in tune on 40. Well, I'm not transmitting obviously on the what frequency, that's 5 megahertz pole. That star I think needs moving up. I think the reflector for 5 meters needs moving up a little bit, because it affects the SWR on both on 40 meters, so that needs moving. And I need to put some loads and loads of more radials down. What's really good is that obviously we've mown the lawn now 2 or 3 times, and unless you know where to look, I mean, there's a loose one there. You can't see the existing radials, and I assure you that if you look here on the base of the 6B TV, there's a good amount attached. But I've got a lot of free screws as well, where I'm just going to run out whatever I can in the space that I have, pin them down nicely, then let nature do its let nature do its thing. I think the more radials you can get down on an antenna on a 6B TV, the better it will perform. So yeah, that's something. I don't know if I'll do it today because the weather's just so miserable. It's not the kind of thing you want to be doing, crawling around on your hands and feet in the wet and cold. So It stops raining, I could do it, but maybe for another day. And what I do have to do is tidy the shack. It is a bomb site. I'm not going to even show inside, it's embarrassingly bad, but it's a bomb site. The one thing I may do today is to help with the tidying is to fit the MFJ feed thing, so all the feed lines terminate in the window, which will seriously help. So yeah, at the moment I have to feed them through the window, and there's a better way of doing that. So yeah, if I do anything, I'll probably do that one thing, because that needs coming outside, sawing a bit of wood down and putting it in the window. So yeah, it'd be good. Anyway, I think this is been a good win for me in terms of getting back on 80. I'm looking forward to having some QSOs on there. Last night I was listening to a net and it was just absolutely booming in. So looking forward to it, and especially looking forward to using the TS-S90 super-het receiver with the 80-meter end fed. So yeah, not what I had planned for the day, but equally pleased that it's come out as well as it has. Yeah, look forward to showing a tidier shack and some TS-S90 action. Until then, 73s, 2E0 FWE.